to football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So from the... And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it.
Right there. It looks like a simple... I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Trubisky to throw again. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And just a single punt. Ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Here we go.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Tonight, 180. 12.
From the end zone, Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hecker, on to punt for the Rams, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Fielded at the 33. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
At the 38-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Now a toss play. This is Pumphrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense.
Run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Mike, check.
From the gun, here's Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. 2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. It's a party now.
Hey, let's go. Go, ground.
58 is Mike.
Now it's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Check 59, Mike.
Out of the gun. Goff. And the pressure gets to him again. Bilal Nichols, his 2nd sack of the night.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Move.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, 96 yards as the Bears push further out in front. So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack. Has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
58 to Mike, 58.
There's Goff. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 34. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. It's Pumphrey on the toss. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Ready?
Check, 59, 59. Here we go, here we go. Begin.
The 2nd down carry for Irvin. There he goes, right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Irvin, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's... And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Clay Matthews able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
36, 36.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
They'll run it now with Pumphrey, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. First carry for James Conner, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Zerline's kick is up and through. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
18.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Pretty fortunate there. The interception that ended the last drive, and then, boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him to question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. 2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter three.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Goff. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door days.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's John Simon with a sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football, led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around.
And he's going to go down again. Samson Abuka in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. On third down, a run with Cohen. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down.
But they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return there, giving it even 20 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On the run, it's Pumphrey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
For Mike, 58 for Mike. I'm coming.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Shell.
Check 25.
Super.
58 is a Mike. Go 58 is a Mike.
Now Goff. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Akeem Hicks. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Davis. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. First down and run with Cohen. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That really sets them back. A loss of 6. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Second down and goal. Trubisky. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And that is not going to get it done. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So what a let-off there. You figure that was an easy 3 points. Instead, it turns into nothing.
And from that close of range, if you start it left, your goose is cooked. And this thing, well, it never had a chance to straighten itself out.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Fight.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Gone. That'll be caught by Cup. And down he'll go at the 25. You know, you wonder how the Rams' game plan in Super Bowl 53 might have been different with a healthy Cooper Kupp. He was injured on November 11th, torn ACL, out for the year. But he was on his way to a 1,000-yard season in his 2nd NFL campaign. Had 566 yards in 8 games before the injury. From the gun on 3rd down, gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Dante Fowler in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
6 down. X3. 218. Chop.
They try again with Cohen. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. To Gabriel, middle of the field. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 81 yards, and the Bears have taken the lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Mike, 58, right there.
And watch the leg.
Now Goff. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. That's mine, that's mine.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Watch the shoot. Check 3.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cullen. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cohen. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 4th down now after a loss of 2. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And control of the football shot.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy.
Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Bears, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5.